Alright, so I already did one, but I was strongly encouraged to go ahead and drill these out. So what I did is I had to take the head bolt out because I need to be able to drill, tap through, then I'll blow it all out, and then I'll make sure the bolt doesn't interfere with the head bolt. And then I'll have exhaust manifold bolts and I won't have to mess with that other crap on the other side. And then I know my heads are on good and tight. Or the manifolds are on good and tight. So basically what I did is just took this bolt out. I already did the one on the other end. Well, we're going to work on this one. Going to drill and tap it. So what I did is I started with a drill. As large a drill as I could that just barely fits in the casting. Basically to make my spot. So this is just going to go in to make a spot in there, and then I put the tap drill in and drill through, and it's mild steel, so it actually goes pretty easy. As I mentioned before to a couple people that I am a machinist by trade, and I just got so used to drilling and tapping titanium and other harder materials that this seemed a little intimidating. But I just couldn't believe how easy that tap went in over there. And I'm like, okay, I was worried about nothing. At the right angle here and just kind of, can say as big a drill as you can get. You want to avoid hitting the casting here, but this will put the hole pretty much in center. I'm trying to hold it at the right angle. Not too far down, not too far up, or left and right. Myself a little mirror here. I haven't had one for a long time. Bought myself a little mirror. I can shine down in there and see my spot. Yep, I can see my spot. The tap and drill set I bought actually at Menards here in Minnesota. Let me show you. The drill itself has flats on it. That makes it so much easier to run in your drill so it's not slipping all the time. Alright, let's drill her up through there. Again, being careful to keep it at a decent angle. Oh, so I'm just using some 2-cycle oil to lubricate my bit. I have some on a little cap here on the bench. Work just fine for cutting oil and mild steel. Just broke through. Gotta go real slow now. There we go. Go backwards. Forward. There we go. Definitely recommend hand tapping this. Make sure you apply a bit of pressure to get the first thread or two started. Then depending on how tough the metal is, always back it off a little bit to break the chip. This is especially important if you're doing a blind hole because the chips have nowhere to go. This one, they can get pushed ahead of it into the other part, although I don't want them going down into the head. So I am going to stop here in a minute and then back this all the way back out, clean off the tap. Probably could get by with tapping that all the way through in one swath, but see how many chips came out. You don't want that getting into the other hole. So no reason to push that ahead and have it drop down into the head hole and then have to blow it out. So I want to really say a personal thanks to the people that encouraged me just to go ahead and do this. I mentioned the one guy's, you know what, I'll probably sleep better at night knowing this is threaded and held on. All three are held on. I was going to say all four. There's 4 ports, but all 3 of these pieces are held on by actual bolts. Okay, I'm just starting to break through now, but I have to keep going because I want those threads to go as deep as possible because that tap has a taper on it. So it did pretty good. It ended up nice and flush there. So I wasn't too crooked. There we go. Now I need to modify the bolt. I couldn't find any bolts the right length, and you're better off to have too long and cut them short than have them too short and pull your threads out. All right. Go make a bolt that's the right length. I'm not going to show that. I'm just going to go do it and I'll be right back. I just want to mention, I took the washer out of here, and then ran the bolt in. This bolt wouldn't go in. Put it in there with the lock washer, it would go in. So I've got maximum engagement of the threads as possible. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2. And I'll show you what I get when I'm done. I've already retorqued the head bolts to, I believe it was 95 foot-pounds. And I used the ARP lube on them when I did them. So I'll probably recheck. Well, I'll have to recheck the head torque after I run it a little bit anyway. So I'm really not too worried about taking one loose. It's cast iron. If it was aluminum, you'd have to loosen them all up and start over. But with cast iron, I'm really not too worried about loosening one up, putting it back in. Again, I'm going to retorque them after I've run it through a few heat cycles anyway. A lot of stuff's going to have to be retorqued to make sure that it's not loose on a brand new build. All right, we have gotten rid of the bracket, and now we have threads drilled and tapped into the heads there, here, and all the way around. Everything's torqued up. Like I said, after the first couple heat cycles, I have to recheck the torque on things. Really appreciate everybody following along with the channel. I'm sorry that's really the only content for this week. I had a bunch of personal things come up with family. So I might get to work on some more stuff later tonight, but I've got to get this video processed. So again, really appreciate you following along. Like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. And don't be too intimidated. If you need to drill and tap a hole in your head, it goes pretty good. The last one that I did, I got just a tidge crooked. But I was still okay. I just had a little hard time running the tap. But all in all, came out pretty good. Now I've got Ram Air 3 heads on my engine. Thanks everybody. See you in the next video and have a great day. Take care.